Hi there, this is Steve, and this is, Jeremy's not here with us today, but still Alabama Gamers. I'm going to review Defenders and a little bit of Game of Thrones for you. The reason Jeremy's not here is he's not caught up as far as I am, but we still wanted to get you a review out there. Don't worry, we're still together, we're not broken up. The Alabama Gamers is still strong. So, first things first, on the Defenders. So you've got some of your characters. If you've not watched all the Marvel shows already, you're going to need to watch those. You're going to need to start with Daredevil Season 2, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Iron Fist is going to be your toughest route. It gets a lot of crap, but I still think it was pretty good. It's what they had to work with. And the thing that they messed up on it is the Iron Fist wasn't something else. Seeing Jessica Jones, she was Detective Noir. I've said this many times, so I'm not going to rehash it, but that was the biggest thing. Now, they did fix the problem with Iron Fist in the Defenders, by which the Defenders are kind of making fun of him. Like, you didn't fight a dragon. Like, no, that didn't happen. Which is pretty cool. The back and forth, the back and forth between him and Luke Cage is great. So hopefully we're going to get a Heroes for Hire series maybe. At one point, maybe we can get a whole season of that. That will be cool. At least them jumping in each other's seasons, because all this stuff's going to get renewed. Disney and Netflix have kind of resolved one of the issues. Disney's not taking all the Marvel stuff. All that's kind of staying with Netflix right now, from what I understand. Just the Disney, like cartoon, Pixar, all that kind of stuff, they're going to make a huge app with that. Plus, they got a lot of content just there, and they know that they want to keep that audience there with Netflix, because they'll lose a lot of people if they was to switch that. Now, in the first episode, it's slow, because you're getting everybody back together. You're trying to figure out where they've been, what they've been doing. So it's a little bit slow. But once you get to about the third and the fourth episode, the action really keeps going. It's the Defenders coming together. They don't spend a lot of time fighting different battles. They start off and they're fighting the one bad guy that's in the thing, and which is the Hand. So, by the way, spoilers all throughout this episode. If you guys don't want to know certain things, I'll just kind of raise my hand when I'm going to spoil some stuff. But if you've read the comics on certain things, the things that I really got excited about, you already know what's coming, like with Colleen Wig and Misty Knight. That's two of my favorite side characters from it. Love both those characters. They're really great. They don't have a lot in the episode, but when they're in there, they're still in the show. I mean, they're right there. So for them to get their own series, I think would be great. And everybody knows what the series would be. It's the Daughters of the Dragon. All right, so they'll fight together, and they kind of set up Misty Knight. So here's a spoiler for you. Misty Knight, in the last episode, she loses her arm, and if you know anything from the comics about Misty Knight, she has a bionic arm. So we're going to get to see the bionic arm when they bring her back, and I'm sure they will, because like I said, she's a great actress. The woman that plays her, really great. So it's a great watch, and like I said, there's 8 episodes, so check it out, pick it up. You can knock it out in the weekend if you like to binge it. It doesn't take long. I had a 3-day weekend myself this weekend, so I just watched a couple each night and finished it up actually today. So like I said, it's a great watch. Check it out. Now, for Game of Thrones, on the last episode, really great episode. If you've not started watching Game of Thrones, it's worth the HBO bill. And if you want to, all you gotta do is buy HBO for a month and just watch Game of Thrones non-stop for a month, and you can get through all 7 seasons and end up on the last episode pretty quick, and then just cancel it until something else comes up, because that's what's going to happen next week. Next week is the season finale, and because there's no Silicon Valley, no Westworld, a lot of people are going to be canceling their HBO subscription, because that's the reason they buy it. I know that's the reason I buy it. Most of the movies that come up, I've already seen them, or I have them if I want to watch them. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be canceling mine just as soon as that ends. Now, I know they have other great shows, but those are the shows that are there for me. During the episode, John and his crew of basically the Suicide Squad for Game of Thrones gets trapped on an island. The Hound gets bored, throws a rock at one of them, it breaks off his jaw, and he decides, you know what, I'm gonna throw a bigger rock. Well, the bigger rock didn't quite go as far, and it skated across the ice, letting the zombie horde know, hey, we can walk across this now. So they start getting attacked, and then swoops in Dani with her dragons, and she saves them, but at a cost that we all seen coming. We just did not know who was going to do it, but it was the Night King. He, threw a spear, an ice spear at the dragon, killed the dragon immediately. Dragon goes in the water, and then at the end of the episode, the big news is the dragon is revived. So what kind of, is he going to blow ice? Is it going to be like an ice fire, black fire, something? Is that what brings the wall down? Is that how they get across? We're going to find out next week probably. So anyway, so this was Steve. Just wanted to make this real quick, guys. Watch Defenders. Check it out. If you've not already watched the Marvel shows, check them out. There's a tie for my favorite two. It's Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. If you just watch those two, you'll be hooked. So you don't have to start with Daredevil, but it helps to, that's the orders: Daredevil season 1, Daredevil season 2, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. But you can kind of start with any of those seasons, and I recommend Luke Cage and Jessica Jones if you're unsure, because both of those are really great. Alright, we'll see you later. Like, subscribe, comment, leave us, let us know what's going on, and if you like the shows. Alright, y'all have a good one. We'll see you.